Hey everybody, I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now, today we're continuing and hopefully finishing work on the interior of the Arma Hobby P-51B. That's the nuts and bolts. We'll need to have a quick gander at what we actually still do need to work on. I've got most of it done, I seem to recall. I think we're almost at the decaling point. We'll see how that pans out. Anyway, now, sorry guys, I've got a compressor hose at my feet. Less than ideal, I can assure you. Now, first things first. Oh, coffee. Now, let's see. Yes. Sorry, I'm just having a bit of a... Oh, hey, David, how you doing? Just having a look at where we're at with our bits and bobs. Now, these are exhaust manifolds. Yes, they are. We don't need to do them immediately, but we might do them along the way. We'll see how we travel. Actually, I should get the camera from my good self, shouldn't I? Excuse me a moment, guys. The light goes on. Camera comes around. All right. Now, where is mine paper towel? That's okay. For the time being. Excuse me a moment. I'm back. Alrighty. Now, up in. Okay. Now, these are looking rather good. There's a couple of little spots of chromate, maybe, but pretty. Now, might put them there because I will want to do a little bit of zinc chromate action in here. Now, oops, here, a few little bits and bobs, perhaps. We'll have a look at the sheet. These are the bits we're mostly looking at. Why is this here? What is this? Some kind of display? Haha! Okay, whilst that's very poorly done, you'll get a very big grin from the board man. If you can tell me where I get the phrase, what was that? Some kind of display from. Yeah, it's a bit of a running joke between me and some of my friends and some people I know. Yes. Now, what else are we looking at here? Oh, this is very good. Yes, Robin. Yes, okay. Starting to see the bits we're going to need to do, which is not much. It's like a little bit here, a little bit there, sort of stuff. Now this is good to go. Good to go. These little bit of silver, was it? Aluminium rather. Yep, just a little bit of aluminium there. Now when it once we get to the, and you know, I might as well, as depending how we go for time, might even get stuck into the wheels. We'll see. I think I was going to put some aluminium on there too. Now, and here's the rear wheel. There's a few things we can work on here today, depending how we go. Now, oh yeah, heaps of stuff to work on. Excellent. Now I think there's a hose here, and I think the bulk of that's olive. That's right, it's olive drab. I recall now. All right. All right. So, I guess aluminium. This is just a bit of black we need to do. We'll have a look on our sheets for anything we need to do on those. There's a little bit of zinc chromate there, interior green, a little bit of interior green there. Now, do I have a separate clip on the conveniently on hand? As it happens, I sort of do. In fact, I definitely do. Boom. Now what I want to do with this one is split. Because I should probably go one. What I mean by that is one in here. So you get nice, easy all-round access. And that'll do us. Boom. Get a bit of blue tack, and then I guess we can approach things as a one color at a time sort of a thing. Pretty easy and pretty straightforward. Now, and should we get all of this done really promptly, of which there's not some chance of that, we can probably move on to decaling. Now, I should move that a bit higher like that. There you go. Nice and solid. Alrighty. Now, why have I got this here? I don't need this here. It's done. Or as far as, yeah, it's done. Alrighty. So, let's see, what colour do I want to start with? I reckon I am going to hit a bit of aluminium. Now that's only going to be required on a little spot here and here and here and is that it? Yeah, that's it. That's so for those. Could I do it straight off the lid? There's a question. Probably not, I don't reckon. That's almost done. There's hardly anything there. I won't take long to mix. Now, excuse me, got an itchy ear. Now, after this one, I'm getting an urge to do olive drab. Get that done and dusted. I've got that immediately on hand, haven't I? I do. Excellent. And I'll just pull it out. Looking for where we go. Alright. Come here, you. There's what I was after, I reckon. This is where he had aluminium in it. There we go. That'll do us. I should think. There is actually some zinc chromate touches to be done on these as well, but where that happens is a completely different area to where the aluminium is, so that's not going to be a problem. Goggles would be handy. Oops, daisy, almost dropped the assembly sheets, which we will be needing. Now, brush. Now we're going to want a very crisp brush for this one. We're going to go this one first. Alright, now if I get, I might have to move the camera a bit, guys. Actually, it'll be better for your viewing anyway. There's the part that we're working on. Hopefully you can see that. Yes. Now, no, you can't. There we go. Now, where I want to go with this is just into now. If I get too heavy-handed, it's okay. Oh, jeez, you can't see a thing. I should just zoom out a bit, I think. If I get too heavy-handed, that's okay, because I can touch up. And I'm looking closely, and I reckon I need to put more red on anyway, which is fine. Itchy eye. That's never good. Oh, dear God, that's a relief. Oh, yeah. You know when you get an itch right and that sort of like, near the tear duct sort of a thing? I need a bit of a tidy up on the black, but that's okay. That won't take long. We can use an acrylic so it'll dry quickly. And into you're going to need to do some back. That's okay. All right, actually, it's not that bad. Give you a zoom in now. There we go. Boom. There's their little levers with their little red buttons and handles, and yeah. Now, next, we will go into parts of here. There we are. That looks much nicer. Now, what about on this one? It's more, maybe a little bit there. There we go. All right. And once I've gotten these ones done, I'll give you a zoom in. There we go. Almost. This way. What I'm trying to do here is there's some parts of this, because it'll be easy to illustrate once I zoom in actually, but it's the very edge here. All right. Now, I'm just going to, sorry, I zoomed in completely there. I wasn't talking at all. Now I want to do the edges of this one. I'll try to keep my conversation going. Let's see how we roll on that one, shall we? Dear, oh dear. But yes, really fine stuff, which is good. And it's actually something that I must say of the kit is actually damn good. Now, some of this sort of thing I can wait because I can see there's going to be some zinc chromate touches, and I'm going to want this is being a lacquer. will take a bit longer to dry than, of course, acrylics. So I might finish them tomorrow. These are not things that are going to get in the way of decaling or anything. So, why didn't I think of that before? All right, now let me just clean my brush, and I'll give you a bit of. Oh, hello. Oh yeah, totes. Yeah. Now the other thing I could consider, excuse me while I clean my brush again, as I said, is to do some zinc chromate, and just because that would be reducing the amount that we need to do. This of its own is not such a silly idea. So much so that I think I shall pursue that idea. Yes. Because the more I get done, the more I get done. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you do. Well, I assume you do. Now, I've got swimming today at 10. I'm rather looking forward to. Now then. Next. I should probably do that bit of paper towel behind just to help with the focus. So, what we got here is that. Now, what I've just done there is the edges of the aluminium, but you can see there's a couple of spots where the zinc chromate needs to be given a bit of a tidy, but mostly they're looking pretty nice at the moment. Now those areas where the zinc chromate needs to be, there's a little spot inside there we'll do as well. But yeah, so we'll do our zinc chromate tidies now, of which there are not many. Again, this is a wonderful thing. After that, I think after that we'll go olive drab. That is my take. And then, alrighty, now switch into there. Now, zinc chromate. So, on this front, not much needs to be done. Again, as I said, we will also yet again need a very crisp brush for some of it, and that's all good in the hood. We can do other colors. Most of this is fairly straightforward. Now, how's our pigment looking? Give that a bit more of a shake. Never hurts now, does it? because it gets fairly regular work. There we go. There's still some there. I can see it. You won't fool me, I tell you. I often shake when it's upside down, and I find that is a kind of logical way of getting, because of course most of the pigment's going to have settled at the bottom. So logically, turn it upside down. Boom. That's the theory. All right. Now, goggles again. This lengthy and arduous process. Slowly but surely. See, this is the frustration. It's I'm going to struggle to get this perfect. That much I'm slowly resigning myself to. All right, into there. Dear, oh dear. This is the problem with fine detail stuff. It makes me makes it more difficult for me to converse because I'm so focused on what I'm doing, which is not really great for streaming purposes. Now I've actually managed to start conversing. Maybe we'll get some. I'll actually be able to continue to talk. I think something that's dwelling a bit in my mind is I've had a very frustrating moment on, of all things. You're going to say, and you're letting what bother you now? On Facebook, of all things. Long and the short of it, someone was very patronising towards me, and I don't much dig on that. I don't think anyone does. But the thing that I do find frustrating sometimes is, as you can imagine, it was a political thing. The frustration I have with such debates as this, and I'm sure I'm probably not alone in this. I actually have a degree in politics. I also have a degree in history. And this guy has a degree in computer science. And I've paid careful attention to international politics since I left uni. I've even worked in a police office. And somehow, my opinion counts for nada. And breathe. You know, it's just like, dude, there are certain facts you're just not seeing. No, but da da da. Oh, fuck off. And then to be patronised. Yeesh. And breathe. Now I feel better for getting that out of my system. Thanks, guys. That's actually not too bad. Like from a friend of mine has quite a sensible sort of a rule on sort of what I'm doing here. In fact, on kits in general. It's what he calls the 30 centimeter, which is if it looks good from 30 centimeters, why are you bothered? On the whole, that does look okay. If I give you a quick sort of like zoom into what would be the equivalent, on the whole. There's a couple of spots. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what the issue is there. It's not that the paint isn't there, it's that in some instances, it's that the other bit reflects up more. That's okay. That'll be dealt with when they hit it with varnish. Now, there were a couple of other little spots. And all right. Now, the only other possible spot I might need, let's have a look around here, a little bit. And good. All right. That is our zinc chromate done. Next, well, clean the brush. These around. We'll move them right round, baby, right. Oh God, that's what's the name of that band? Was that Dead or Alive? I think it was. dear. Can't believe I trotted that little number out. Anyway. So, next we're going to hit the olive drab. Now, olive drab only is relevant to one part. Oh no, two parts in fact. But these we will now do. And in one instance, we can then start getting onto another part, but hoist, or other elements of a part. Now, do our usual little splitch of the paint. Alrighty, making good progress today. Happy, joy. What is the time? As I'm sure you can understand, I would like to give myself a bit of downtime before heading to swimming class. But I have plenty of time yet, because I would like to get a goodly amount of this done. Pigment. Now, the question I need answered, and I reckon I know where it is. I think it's part 32 that we need to hit olive drab. Give me a moment, and I shall confirm that. B11, my apologies, but you get the drill. Now I'm going to have a quick gander. Interesting. On the underside here of this, there's a spot that needs to be olive drab apparently. Now, that we can also do. Lost my spot. And olive drab just for my is E. Just going to have a quick look for any E's that I'm missing, so to speak. No. Alright. Yeah, it's only those two. By the looks. Alright. That was here, was it? No. That's olive drab. Isn't the hose there? 32. What was the bit that I thought I saw before? Sure. I saw a bit. No, must have just been my imagination. Rubbing. Here it is. It's the floor. Cockpit floor. There we go. Finally. Okay. Okay. Yep, we can do that. Actually, wait. Oh, no, yep, sorry. Here. Olive drab. Let's get this mixed up. Right. Now that I've got all that sorted out in my brain, I also need to find B11, which I think is over here. 11. There we go. That sort of away with it for our purposes. Yes, it would. Excellent. Now, this can... Let's see how well it sits height-wise for that. Yeah. That should, what I'm trying to assess here is whether I can paint that side and still have clearance off of the table. Answer is yes. There was much rejoicing. Now, itchy arm now, devo. Oh wait, my left arm, it's healed. Yeah. Sorry, it's you guys don't even know what I'm going on about. I've had real problems with this arm lately. Real problems. It's better. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever had. You've all had injuries, I'm sure, and you don't notice that you're better, and then suddenly you realise, whichever is the relevant part of the body that was hurting, isn't hurting. You can just go, oh, that is so good, and it totally is. That is such a relief. Now, mind you, got put through the ringer to achieve it. As far as I've had various therapies, and yesterday my massage therapist cranked it. She was fully walking on my arms, and the pain was real. But oh yeah, that's what you need. What I need. Now, she reckons, because she was also doing some deep tissue work on my legs. She reckons I'm so big that if she doesn't do that, it's just not going to do the stuff. So, well, that's what it is. That's what it is. And like I said, the pain's real, but oh god, my arm, it's better. Yeah. Yes, I'm sure you gathered I'm pretty chipper about that. Damn chipper about that. Now. Wo ist da? Goggles. I'm only really going to need them for this part. But now, let's see if we can cross look at this. Here we go. So from Little touch-ups here. That's okay. Now let's go this side. I'll give you a zoom in on this one once I've done this part of the olive drab. This is the only really fiddly one. Once I've finished the olive drab, I'll give you a zoom in on this, because it has the potential to look really quite cool. So yeah, what I want to do, we should be able to get a bit done on it today, is to try and highlight the mechanism somewhat. You'll see what I mean. Now again, we might not get that far today. Might need to complete the interior tomorrow. But all right, yeah, that's going to come up well when it's done. Give me a moment. I'll give you a zoom in now. Yes. Part 11. I'm going to have a quick look for part 8. I have a sneaking suspicion that needs to go in. Although it may be that belongs on a different type of P-51. But it looks like something I might need to be aware of and potentially put in. So that's this there. So I will have a quick look, which you'll see. Let's finish our interior green, shall we? Then I'll give you a zoom in on what I would suggest is the oxygen mask or air mask or whatever it is. I don't know if it wouldn't have been straight oxygen. Air mask, whatever the correct term is. I think we all know what I'm talking about. See the line. That's the spot. All right. Now, next is bing, the bottom of the floor. The underside of the floor. I wonder if this actually shows it all. Never mind if it does. It does. Now, quick thing I want to quick check on this. Okay, yep. There's a very specific area being this, we're going to hit a bit of interior green. And then well, we start getting down to acrylic action. We've got a few options there. Yeah. Oh, hey, kitty guy, how are you doing? All right, that's all it is on that one. It's just that little area there is meant to be olive drab. As to how much of that actually shows, who knows? A bit more there, though. I'm gonna do it properly. There'd be a reason. I'm guessing that might show in the wheel well. That's a guess. Big guess. All right, leave that there. Clean brush. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, man. Yeah, now, once I've cleaned the brush, I will give everybody a zoom in on the air mask, or whatever the hell you call it. Yeah, it's not gas mask. Yeah, whatever it is. Give me a moment. Oh, hang on. And I've discovered another bit. But on this one, I'm comfortable using a slightly bigger brush. Fortunately, I haven't gotten rid of the olive drab yet. Whilst I think, though, give me a moment. And I will also, whilst I think, put that up there. So the thing with there's actually possibly better this side to illustrate. There we go. So you can see we've got a handle there and a little bit of pipe there. There's our olive drab tube bit there, and there's a mechanism in there. We can see if I can zoom right in on that. There's a couple of little bits we can tinker with, and there's the bottom line, and we will. Now, the spot I just discovered is that this area is in fact olive drab. All right. I see how this rolls out. Jolly good. Now, yeah, right. Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. Now, let me clean this brush. What that is you'll see. There we go. Now, some of this is not just untidiness on the side here. That's actually a cable there. I've done that interior green. And what you'll notice is that goes all the way up to there. And that's where our zinc chromate. Yes, there's a bit of tidying up on black to be done. Goes, but you can see how you got that distinct shape. And that is meant to be in olive drab, which it now is. We've got a few little cables. We can tidy up the black. That's going to look really good. I like what they've given us to work with there. That's my thoughts on it. Yeah, it wouldn't be straight oxygen though. Because of course that's not what you would breathe. Well, I assume it wouldn't, because otherwise you'd have to very, very small. Let's face it, in standard air, the amount of oxygen is not that great. The air we breathe every day, it's a percentage of it. It's not all of it. I'm sure I'm not giving you any news bulletins here. So you would think, note, I do not know, but you would think that therefore it would just be some form of air, just straight air. But as to how that operates, it'd be like a scuba system, I guess. But again, as to what the bits and bobs are with that, I got no idea. But actually, David, didn't you? Was it you who used to work at I think it was de Havilland. Somebody who I spoke to on this channel worked at an air factory, and they would probably be able to get some quite useful insights on this matter, I'd have thought. Now, there is one other bit of olive drab I've got to do before we completely retire the colour. And then it will be interior green, which only has to go on a couple of spots. And then okay, it wasn't you, it was somebody I spoke to. They had on chat, as far as smoke goes to, and yeah, that's why I thought, oh, if it's you, you'd be able to tell us. But as it wasn't, no, you can't. Now, what I'm looking for, give me a moment. This, it's not zinc chromate on the bottom; it's olive drab. It goes into an area of zinc chromate, but it's olive drab. Now, I'm thinking that tomorrow we should be able to get, well, don't know if I'll get it all completed as far as in the interior and the wheels, and that's largely because of the decaling and photo which needs to go on. What we would probably be able to do tomorrow is complete all the painting. That will give us our base and foundation for our decals and our photo etch. Decals would be first. Because very obviously they need to be in position before we can assemble. These are the nuts and bolts. And around the back. Alright, almost there. Just a little bit on this. Alright. That's the, once we get the interior green on, we'll that'll be very close to being done. Now our interior green, as it happens, is our next colour. Now, okay, now next shall boink into there. Now interior green. Looking. Oh, come now. You're around here somewhere, I know that. No. Oh, for God's sake. Hang on. Aha! And that one's an empty one. Aha! Oh, God, look at that pigment. Dear, oh, dear. I think a bigger concern is that I am desperately needing to go to the dunny very shortly. And I need to wind up in it. I'll just try and let's see if we can get this nicely mixed and get this done as far as this colour. It's a bit of a race. But I would like to get the interior green done if we can. particularly as there's not actually much to do. It's like 3 or 4 spots. Actually, you know what? I've got a plan. I'll be back very shortly. Hey Sharky Lucky, I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing better now. I was trying to get this interior green happening, and long and the short of it, I needed to disappear before I did something I haven't done since I was a small boy. And yeah, feeling better for that, I'll tell you. But as far as our model goes, yeah, good. We've made good progress today. I'm pretty happy. There's still lots of interior work, but this is one of the things about this particular kit. It has a lot of interior work. In my part of Australia, it is now 8:42, mate. I'm in South Australia, which, from a time zone perspective, is in the middle. We're about, let's see, we're about 2 hours behind Perth, and only half an hour behind the eastern states. But yeah. Where are you in? Or from again? Nah, almost got all the pigment in. UK. Yep. Ouch. Yeah, so I want to wind up fairly soon because I've got swimming at 10 and want to have a bit of a chill down and 10 p.m. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that's one of the things I've discovered with, because I normally start, I guess if it's 10 p.m. for you now, I guess I start about 8:30, 9-ish normally. I guess for a lot of people, that's not too late to watch, sort of a thing. So that works. That would account for a few things. Yeah. Alrighty. Are we ready to rock out, do I think? Yeah, we'll do this. Won't take us long. Now, that's the olive drab. That would still be wet, so we're not using that one. We'll use this one. Now, how hot? Today it's going to be 34, I think. And it's going to be pretty much low to mid 30s for most of the week. This summer we didn't have too many days above 40, but a thing that's also happened in more recent times, as far as by that I mean in the past, I guess, 15, 20 years, as the climate change cycles here have distinctly changed from when I was a kid. And these days, the summer seems to stretch not so much from January, February, but it goes more into March and even April. No, that's just how it is, man. But I would be unsurprised if sometime in the next month we got a bitch slapped with 40, maybe more. That's pretty commonplace. Oh, not commonplace, that's an overstatement. But yeah, you sort of, if a 40 rolls along, you just go, oh yeah, well, I should probably put my goggles on very quickly. It's a thing of, oh yeah, well, you know what you got to do to prepare for that. Dear, that was less than ideal. And you just do. The best thing you can do, I guess it's a bit like what you guys would deal with in where you would approach very cold weather. Which is to say, you gear up with all your food and provisions and don't go out. Interestingly, the Aboriginal people, cultures across the world are often what I call nighttime. Some cultures are what I call nighttime cultures. I think you find Indians often quite late at night, possibly Arabic ones as well. And the reason you'll find is because they're in countries that are, in short, define big, mate. I only know what I know, you know. Look, there's a lot of shit spoken about Australian animals, mate. There really is. Look, we do have some savage little critters that will do you a major nasty. Spiders, snakes, and that. But what you got to realise is that with some of them, they're out in countrified areas where, like, unless you're going out there, and there's a whole stack of circumstances that need to arise before you even have that issue, if you know what I'm saying. So you're probably not going to encounter one, and it's probably not going to be a problem. So, you know. Now, that said, there, and again, it's sharks as well. It's like, yeah, well, you know, mate, your chances of being hit by a shark are not much. Probably the biggest or the most dangerous animal in my opinion, that we have in Australia, and that's even then, it's a thing of, if you treat them with the due respect, you'll be perfectly safe. Crocodile. You get these people that think, oh, you know, I'll just go down into this water. You think, yeah, and there's a bloody great sign saying beware, crocodile infested area. Gee, what do they think is going to happen? I can't imagine. You know, work it out, kids. They totally are. Oh yeah, completely over exaggerated. Something I would suggest: don't be. This is that's okay. We've got away with that thing. Don't be thinking roos are necessarily warm and fuzzy. They can get quite aggressive, and depending on the roo you're talking about, like if you're talking about a bull red, mate, they're going to do you no favours. I'm not pissing in your pocket when I say to you that a full-size bull red will be 2 meters tall, so like 6'6", ripped to the bone with muscle, and well capable of punching you the hell out. Don't care who you are. So yeah, that sort of thing you need to be a bit more wary of, because they're nice, friendly animals. No, they fucking are not. They're wild animals. They get territorial and they are nasty. They'll also kick the shit out of you. One of their standard, and you probably even track this down on YouTube. One of their standard methods of fighting with each other is once they've grappled, they'll rear up onto the tail and double kick straight to the midsection of their opponent. They will each wear this for long enough until one of them gives up. Now that kick delivered to a human, potentially disemboweling. Just saying. Another one to watch out for is cassowaries, that's pretty visibly obvious, but they're only up in North Queensland anyway. See, this is the thing. Cassowary is pretty closely, it's pretty obviously still a bit of a throwback to the transition between the dinosaurs and birds. And you can see that because it's got a bloody great horn on its head and these claws. Jesus. And what it does with its claws, if it doesn't headbutt the bejesus out of you, it flies in with its claws and will rip down to disembowel whatever's in front of it. It's a disturbing attacker. But your chances of encountering a cassowary? None. Unless you're up in North Queensland, and the list continues to go, you go through all these different bits before you even start to get into the realms of being attacked by one. So, there we have it. They are indeed pretty much dinos, mate. Yeah. And like I said, but again, they're only up in North Queensland. And like any wild animal, you treat it with respect. Failure to do so, that's going to end badly. Now, I'll quickly scan over what where we're at with our stuff. Now, this is our interior. Now we can pretty much just get down to fast painting, which is to say the acrylics. Our base is all in place. We can start looking at doing decaling. Boom. Likewise here. Now, in the meantime, yes. Now, there's our almost completed yoke. Got to put a little red dot on that one and a little bit more black at the bottom. All of these are at the point of either decals or acrylic paint time. Notwithstanding this, which has still got a bit of work to be done on, that's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass, but we'll get there. This still need a bit of black done, but almost there. It needs a bit of black on the underside next to these, well, next to the olive drab. What else was there? I think that's about. Oh, yeah, and boom, that little chappy, that little battery all ready to go. Oh yeah, might as well as. Still a bit of work left on our wheel there, and indeed our wheel stems, which are over here. But most of that can get done. All I'd suggest tomorrow. So yeah. My pleasure, mate. Now I'll just quickly flick the light out. Give me my slightly overstretched my arm there. Got to treat it with just a little bit of caution. Now that is me done. Good. Whoops, a daisy. That wasn't meant to happen. There we go. Now that's me done for today. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Now, if there's any first-time viewers out there, you know what I'm about to ask you to do. Jump to it. Follow, like, or subscribe. What can I tell you? Tomorrow, I expect I shall be on. I have no appointments till... Well, I do, but not till... Not such that they should get in the way of a stream. This is the bottom line here. My pleasure, David. Now, tomorrow I'm thinking we're going to get this up and ready to rock and or roll for, if I can't get onto the decaling tomorrow, I want to get it set up so that we're pretty much there to go. You know what I mean? Because we're pretty close now. And once we get to that point, of course, it's pretty cruisy work. Okay, now, for those wishing to track me down on other platforms, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook and YouTube. Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch and Discord, but, I don't actually use Discord. I don't even understand how it works, to be honest. Should probably just make it Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. Anyway, I digress. Now, tomorrow, as I said, I'll be back. A similar sort of a time I'd expect. And we'll do a bit more on our P-51B. Yes, that we will. That we will. All right, thanks again for watching, and I will catch you next time, being tomorrow, at a similar kit time and on the same kit channel. Hopefully I'll catch you good people then. See yous.